1, 2, 3, clap. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Back from a day of dog-sitting Rollo the dog, that's Brogan Hastings.
And the person with the best Scottish accent on this podcast, at least according to my mother, it's Wayne Giovinazzi.
Aww, just so you know, your mother's the best.
My mother is a big Wayne fan with your Scottish accent, and my mother has turned into a Paul fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
unlike your dad who's a Joe Vanazzi fan.
Yeah,
Hey,
my dad came in.
It's Joe Vanazzi.
My mum's decorating at the moment, so she's been listening to all the episodes because she's never listened to podcasts before. So she listens to ours and she listens to some CEO thing that my brother put her onto. So it just plays whichever episode's next. So she's listening to them way out of order.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So reverse order?
I think she tries to listen, like she'll go to click the next one. But once that's finished, it'll go back to whichever one she was listening before if she's paused it, and then it'll go reverse.
Got ya.
So she's only just listened to Paul's. But yeah, my dad came up when she was listening to it, and he asked me about it later and said, oh, who was that you were talking to? I was like, oh, that's Wayne. And he went, no, Mum called him something else. When I was going upstairs, I heard him ask my mum, what did you call him? And she went, is it Giovinazzi? And I'm like, and we've figured out that we think in his head, you're called Joe Vanazzi, the Jersey magician.
He's just in tune with Mr. Matt Donnelly. That's all.
Absolutely.
Knows the true name.
Absolutely. So we'll have to get Matt on here so that we can.
Oh yeah.
We can figure out. I like the fact that people are invested in my mother's opinion. I do think that's quite funny.
Matthew, we know you listen, and some people don't actually listen to Ice Cream Social who also listen to us. They don't believe you're a real person. So we need you to be on the podcast to prove that you are an actual human being.
Yes, I believe in Matt Donnelly.
And I said all that.
He's some kind of cryptid.
Yes. The cryptid, Matthew Donnelly. The Jersey Devil, Matthew Donnelly.
The New Jersey
prefaced
Devil.
that by saying, I know that you listen, Matthew, but I don't think he listens.
We've been specifically told that Matt has no plans to listen. Whether that was a joke or not, I have no idea.
Specific actual quote from Matthew Donnelly. Are you going to listen to this podcast? No.
We do love Matt though. This is not Who Scoops. We love and appreciate Matt Donnelly on this podcast.
That's right. Unlike Jacob the audio guy. Fucking guy.
Do you know what? The funny thing is that would be my luck, is that, you know, my mum would hear all three of them and she would go, I like that Jacob guy. And I was like, he's my frenemy, don't. He calls me English.
I like Jacob.
I
he knows
do
what
love
he's on
Jacob.
about. Yeah.
Jacob, I feel like my relationship with Jacob is like that bit when Piff went on to fool us the second time and Penn busted him and Piff was like, you bitch. And walked off and Penn was like, we're going to meet for dinner, aren't we? He's like, yeah, sure, well, I'll catch you later. I feel like that's kind of our dynamic.
Yeah. Audio guy Jacob, if you're listening, we'll go catch dinner later, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who is the CEO? Is the CEO your mother or your brother?
No, it's some business podcast thing, but she keeps describing it as the CEO podcast.
Okay.
I don't think that's what it's called, but I think...
I was thinking that maybe your brother is a CEO, and it's like, mother, if you want to get ahead in life, this is what you need to listen to.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past my brother to get to that point. Mitchell has his life together. We have entirely different skill sets. Mitchell is a functioning adult, and I'm here.
Mitchell is younger than you, yeah?
Mitchell is 3 years younger than me.
So by default, Mitchell is younger than me, and he has his life together.
Yeah.
Man, I got to look up to your brother.
Yeah, my brother's has always been a better functioning adult than I have. Yeah, I have different skills in life.
Yes, you can kill a man.
I can kill him.
Like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oops, I'm making noises with my chair.
Yeah, so I
So
don't
you
know.
were walking roller. Oh, no, you were going to say something. You go on.
I was going to say, yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know what the
edit that out.
podcast that my mum listens to is. I tried to get her on to World's Greatest Con.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good one, actually.
I do think she would like that.
Mm.
But I was describing it to her, and she just kind of looked at me. She's like, "That sounds like something Dad would like. Maybe you should try and get him onto it." And I'm like,
Yeah, okay.
"Yeah, but it's Brian." And then the second series is about game shows and the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And
Which
she was
might
like,
be
"Oh,
more
the coughing
appealing.
one." I was like, "Yeah."
So, okay, I'm aware you were younger than me.
Mm.
And whenever I talk to people and they talk about their parents, of course, the first thing that goes off in your head is, oh, these old people. But your parents aren't going to be that old.
My mum is.
The picture in my head is wrong. That's all I know.
How old do you think? I mean, I don't know if you want to answer that, considering you know for a fact my mum listens to this.
I'm not going to answer. I mean, look, I know how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's only you and your younger brother?
Yes.
Okay. So look, you could say ballpark.
So my mum turned 30 the year I was born, and my dad turned 40 the year Mitchell was born.
Yeah, see, I'm used to people now saying, like, oh, my parents, I'm thinking, 65 plus, which it's not exactly true.
So my mum turns 60 next year.
Yeah, see, that's nothing.
And my dad turns 67 next year.
Because it's like, oh yeah, my dad will like the World War II podcast by Brian Brushwood and Justin Robert Young, because he's like totally into that. That's of his era. He should know all about this.
He's not Michael Whitehall levels of like old dad.
Yeah.
Do you know Michael Whitehall?
Of course I know Michael Whitehall. We went and saw Jack Whitehall live at the Improv in LA.
Good.
But 6 months ago.
I kind of thought that, but I thought I'd double check because I've never heard you mention Michael. And Mike Whitehall is funnier than Jack. He's just funnier than Jack.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if it is all off the cuff or if there is some level of like scripting going on, but I think most of it is just they know how to interact with each other for the camera.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Michael Whitehall knows exactly how he comes across and how he sounds. I would say 50% is real and about 50% is him going to be, I'm going to be annoying. I am very much going to be annoying.
So for those who don't know, Jack Whitehall is an English actor, comedian. It's been in a few different shows and that, but even movies now. He was in the big Jungle Cruise movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the, I guess he was the comic relief more than anything. Yeah. In that film, but also more recently, Clifford the Big Red Dog. He was the fucking lead in a big American movie. Yeah,
and he had quite a big part in Good Omens.
Yeah, that's right. I forget about that. But what I like of Jack Whitehall is the I guess non-scripted to say stuff. He's got it's almost a documentary series, but not really. It's called Travels with My Father, and it's about him and his elderly father, Michael, traveling together. And basically, Jack is trying to put his dad into uncomfortable situations most of the time. That's really what it's about, and trying to get a rise out of him. So it's that what I talk about, where I don't know how much of that is actually scripted or how much of it is actually just happening at there and then.
The one of the good shows like that or like the precursor, I guess, to Travels with My Father was a show called, what was it? Backstage, Backlash, something, which was supposed to be a show hosted by Jack, but it was really, it was Michael Whitehall, and
I know. I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
He had this great big winged armchair, and I remember on the Christmas special, when he wanted something, he rang the bell, Hillary. and Jack's
Hillary is his wife.
Hillary's his much younger wife.
Yes, his second wife, I believe.
Yes, because he got divorced.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Jack's mother.
Yes, Jack's mother. The Good Wife.
Not to be confused with, I can't remember her first name, Margulies, from the television show The Good Wife, which later had a spin-off, The Good Fight, which also has not a spin-off, but done by the same show creators, is Evil. Just saying.
You know an awful lot about that.
I didn't watch The Good Wife. I didn't watch The Good Fight, but I like Evil. I thought I was under the impression that Evil was under the same world umbrella as these other two shows, but it's not because there's actors that have appeared in it, not as the same characters. So, all right, we're talking about TV shows. So maybe shall we talk about Evil? You haven't heard of Evil?
I haven't heard of Evil. No.
I call the show. I don't call it by its name very often. I usually call it Milk. Because the opening credits, it's like this big white screen and a rosary gets dropped into it and it's liquid. And every time the rosary hits it and it goes all ripply, I say milk. And I noticed that you can rearrange the letters and turn some on their side. You can change the evil to say milk. You just turn the E on its side so it's an M. What else is there? E, V. The V becomes a K when it's on its side. There's obviously an I and an L. There you go. You got milk. Okay. Speaking of milk, I was very disappointed today because I used some oat milk in a coffee, and I don't think I can do it anymore. I tried. I had 3 things of oat milk, 3 cartons of oat milk, and this one, sure, the whole carton cost me $2.95, but it just doesn't taste good at all. I'm going to have to stick with the cows. I
use almond milk rather than oat milk.
Yeah, I like almond milk, but I don't. Yeah, maybe I'll give that another shot.
Yeah, although I will. Depends how you like your milk. Because I put my milk in things to make them sweeter or to make them creamier, sweeter, whatever. You know, like hot chocolates. Use them in overnight oats, that kind of thing. You know, that's where almond milk's good for me.
My goodness. Oat milk in overnight oats. That's just like oatception. How would that go? I would like to try that.
Yeah.
These oats don't taste oaty enough. I know.
I heard you like oats, so here's some oats to go with your oats so you can oat while you oat.
Oh, I've got a correction from last episode as well, by the way. It was during our unscheduled advertisement break. When I referred to Hearthstone as being a game inside a game.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Gwent.
I did wonder. I was like, do you know something about Hearthstone that I don't?
No. But it still is in the world of Warcraft, isn't it? Is that what Hearthstone is? It's from the Warcraft universe? I don't know.
I don't know enough about it to comment. I need to
Tito,
learn more.
write in, let us know.
Yeah. Do you know how we will find out? We will listen to Tito's podcast.
That is a good idea. Oh, while we're talking about corrections, I guess, yeah, we can talk about this one as well. This is a correction from Aaron. Aaron, who I've met once before, I think, in the flesh. Aaron tweeted and said that Mike Whitney was not, in fact, a footballer, but he is a cricketer. We don't need to put that into context. I'm sure there are some people who are like, good, thank you for that correction. There'll
be some doubt there.
Just thought it needed to be mentioned.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, we're always open to corrections.
Yeah, that's right.
Should we talk about the fact that the thing that you kept mentioning we kept cutting away from, which is I was dog sitting yesterday.
Oh yeah, you were dog sitting.
Yeah.
Rolo the doggo. And you went live on Instagram and I got to see Rolo again.
Yeah, I've been testing lives on Instagram. I'm not very good at it because I never quite know what to say on live. But I thought, you know what? I'm walking a doggo. People like dogs. Yeah. I'll give it a shot. It took me about 20 minutes to figure out that if my VPN is on, essentially if my phone thinks I'm in another country, it won't go live. So.
Why are you using it? Of course, obviously for privacy reasons. Is there any other reason you're using a VPN?
I was using a VPN to get something on YouTube. that can't play on
yes.
here. It was specifically a Penn and Teller video. It's like, this is only available in the USA. And I'm like, fuck you.
Really? What video was it?
Oh God. There's a couple. So I have a playlist of some of my favorite Penn and Teller bits.
I haven't come across one that's not viewable in my country before.
There's a couple of them for me that used to be able to play in this country.
I'm going to have a guess. Are they like morning shows or something?
No.
No? Okay.
It's actual Fool Us bits. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't. I watch Fool Us, not on YouTube.
I mean, I suppose it's not from the official Fool Us channel. I'm not going to name who because I don't want it taken down because I can watch it with a VPN.
Yeah.
But it was specifically the physicist deck of cards.
Oh, yes.
That's a very cute bit. And I can't remember if this bit came up or not, but Penn versus Teller.
Okay, yes.
Another excellent bit, and also its sequel, Teller versus Penn.
Yes.
Because they're both adorable. But anyway, back from VPN.
No, not yet. We're talking about Penn and Teller Fool Us, because you just said Penn versus Teller and then Teller versus Penn. You know what the next one is, don't you? Because they can't really do that. They've talked about it on Sunday School.
What's the next one?
And it should be in the upcoming season, where Penn and Teller are doing a trick, and they're trying to fool Piff and Mac.
Oh, right. I think
That
this
sounds
does
like
ring
it's
a
going
bell.
to be good.
Yeah, because I thought for a second there, I thought you were going to say David Copperfield, and I was like, when they did that.
No, then did that.
Yeah, no, I think those two versus Piff and Mac will be a good one.
Speaking of David Copperfield and Fool Us, I was thinking, right.
Yeah.
So Penn's always saying people don't really do covers of tricks, right? I was thinking someone should do a cover of David Copperfield walking through the Great Wall of China on the Fool Us stage. And literally just for one joke, which is my favorite part of that David Copperfield bit when he walks through the Great Wall of China or whatever, he passes through it. They've got a heart monitor on him. And at one point, the voiceover guy says, "You could see his heart has actually stopped." And I just want that line to be said on the Fool Us stage. That's it.
We do know a Fool Us writer. You know you could just send it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be funny. But I do love Fool Us. I can't wait till it starts. Till I just like watching it, and I'm annoyed that that it's not played in the UK. That I have to go to other means to find it. And now CW have figured out that you can do it with a VPN. So they're like, watch on our app that's not downloadable if you're not in the UK. If you're not in the US, fuck you.
There are other ways of.
I know there
obtaining
are other
these.
ways.
Yeah.
I can get around.
And moving on.
And moving on. Yes, roll of the
We
dog.
are not incriminating ourselves. We are pleading whichever number amendment we need to plead in your specific country.
Yes. But yes, Roll of the Dog. You got to see Roll of the Dog. I had Rollo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I had Rollo yesterday. You've met Roll of the Dog before because I
Yeah.
told you I had a special guest and brought it up on Zoom.
I
And
didn't
you
know
were
who
like,
it was going to be. Yeah.
it's a dog. He's a very good dog.
See, dogs with curly hair. It's kind of weird to think about that dogs can have curly hair like that. Because it's like short curls, yeah.
Yeah,
Poodle dog kind of curls.
he's a cockapoo, so it's like poodle curls. I know. Don't
cockapoo.
laugh at that.
So a cocker spaniel poodle, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I just couldn't work out what the cocker part was at first, but that was pretty easy to get.
It does have like the cocker spaniel ears.
Ah, yeah.
But yeah.
I'm trying to picture him in my head, but I can't do it. All I can see is short, tight curls.
But yeah, he's a very cute dog, and he's hung out with us yesterday for a while because my uncle was at a golfing tournament. So
Did your uncle win this golfing tournament or no?
he came second. It was a charity thing.
That's all right.
It came second, and from the sounds of it, the second place prize was better than the first.
Yeah. Was it a day with Rollo the dog?
It wasn't.
Aw.
What was first place prize was something like a glass trophy. Well, my uncle's got like 400 trophies anyway from his racing
Whoa.
days. And bottle of champagne, and like a golf club, like a really expensive golf club.
Okay.
What you got for second place was bottle of champagne and a day at this golfing place in St Andrews, which is worth like 500 quid.
Oh, like at it is St Andrews, or is it near, or
It's
not?
There's a big golfing place in St Andrews. I don't.
Well, yeah, there's St Andrews Golf.
Oh, I think
Club.
it is St Andrews
Yeah.
Golf Club.
Yeah, which I only really know about because of the PGA Tour video game. So I'm very familiar with the course layout and everything on at St Andrews.
I think it is that one, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
quite
pretty
glad
good.
that we got second.
Yeah, he threw the match just to come second.
They missed by one shot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and with this putt, I don't know his name. Was it Graham?
Graham.
Yeah. And with this putt, Graham can take the tournament. And he misses. And he's like, yes! Yes!
It's like Happy Gilmore levels of excitement.
Yeah, for losing.
So maybe follow me on Instagram if I maybe get Rollo again and maybe go live. You might see that. You also might see me wandering around Edinburgh. Sometimes I go for
That
walks.
is what I was going to ask, actually, when you were going for a walk with Rollo the dog. Because I obviously missed when you went live originally, because I don't know how long you were live for. But when I saw it on Instagram, you were walking past a place that had a big blue sign, and it looked like it was the Nintendo logo in blue. It was like, you know, the Nintendo logo, right? How it's in a big ellipsis kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you know what store I'm talking about that you walked past?
No, I will have to, I am actually going to pull this up and have a look. Because I can't remember when actually I went live.
So yeah, I think it's right at the start of this live, because I didn't press play. Oh, I did briefly. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, because I left your live and then I couldn't find it again, so I went to your profile and this was a previous live.
Yeah. Oh, the one in Edinburgh.
I don't know.
The previous live. Yeah, the previous live.
There was like
one.
lots of people and shit.
Oh yeah. That's a store called The Works.
Oh,
which is like a bargain book store. It had it was a blue sign with a yellow background.
But am I right that it sort of looks like the Nintendo logo?
I'll put it this way, if you looked at it head on, that wouldn't be your first thought. I've never thought of it before, but seeing it like that and the angle it was at, yeah, I can see. I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we will truncate that down for posterity's sake.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think I could do that, right? Doing lives as such in public. It's like I've been watching a lot of vlog-esque, not vlogs really. I guess they are. I don't know, on YouTube of like people in Disneyland and shit, and they're walking around holding their camera out like this all day. It's like one, there's fatigue on the arm. Yeah. Two, there's a level of self-consciousness as well. I don't think I would be able to get beyond to be able to do it.
Yeah, I think I could only do the one in Edinburgh because I had a specific goal, which was I was going to. The last time RJ went live on Instagram, our good friend Uncle RJ, somehow they got talking about a place in Edinburgh called Oink, which is with the roasted pig in the window. I think there's a couple of branches in Edinburgh, but there's certainly one that I knew about, and I was like, I don't remember it having a roasted pig in the window, but so I'm going to go find it and have a look, because RJ said the next time you're in Edinburgh, Brogan, go here. Like, well, I can go there, I can't eat anything, but I'll go.
Hello, barbecue place, what are your vegetarian options, please?
So yes, I took a walk at lunchtime and went up there, went to find it. Again, struggled with getting it to work to go live. I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I was almost there by the time I got it to work. And then I thought, well, I'm live now. I'm not just going to go live, say, hi, here's the thing, bye. You know, so... So
you figured you should spend some time on it for the fine people.
Exactly. And a friend of mine who is not a scoop, who I used to work with, Lara. Lara joined. I know, desk abuse. And that was quite cool. It's quite funny, especially because Lara and I had meant to meet up for coffee. We'd organised it for the Monday or something that around the time that the Queen died, anyways. And
Yes.
so we're like, yeah, we're just going to scrap that. So we're actually meeting for coffee. We have met for coffee. By the time this episode comes out, we should have met for coffee.
But as it stands, at time of recording, it still hasn't happened.
It still hasn't happened. Yep.
And you were going to meet on this past Monday, the day that the UK was observing a national bank public holiday for the Queen's burial.
I think it was actually the week before, which is which is when the Queen's procession was coming through Edinburgh. So we were ordered to work from home. So
no one is allowed out in public when the Queen is coming through.
Well, it wasn't even so much that. It was the fact that it was going to be a nightmare to get into work. Which because the Friday before this happened, the Friday after the Queen died, I went to go see Jaws. I've spoken about this.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah.
And because I knew I was supposed to be in work on the Monday, I just left my shit in the office. I thought, there's no point in me taking a laptop to the cinema, because I was walking up there and walking back. And I thought, fuck it. And because I was the last person in the office, I actually went up to the doors. Because I walked down back past the office. Because the door's black, I was like, that looks like the door's open. Went and checked it. No, door's locked. It was fine. So I could have even grabbed my laptop at that point. I just didn't think to. And then we got a text message Sunday night saying, nobody's to go into the office in Edinburgh on Monday, work from home. I was like, oh, shit, right, okay. I'm like, I could just say I'll go into the office, but who am I to argue with being told to work from home? And it took me 3-4 hours to get into Edinburgh and pick up my laptop. That's how bad travel was.
That's why it's don't leave your house. Shelter in place.
Pretty much. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad I went and got it, but somebody did put in our work group chat, oh, we've left our laptops in the office. This was not including me. And the boss came back. It's like, well, you should be taking your equipment home for emergency situations and stuff. And I was like, if I was a dick, I would have replied, yeah, sure, I'll remember that the next time a monarch dies. Thanks.
Yes, that's right. Every time well, look, the time you leave your equipment there is the time that a monarch will die. So if you're not liking what Charles is doing, you just leave
my
behind.
shit there.
Yeah.
I think I did bring my laptop home was I working from home on Friday? I can't mind. But I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing.
2 days ago.
I don't know what I'm meant to be doing anymore. My schedule is so messed up because I keep having to rearrange it for in-person meetings.
Because that bloody Queen dying.
Not even for that, just so many times it's like, oh, can you come and work in this office? Can you come and do this? Can you do this?
That's annoying.
And I'm like,
that's just...
Am I working more than my 60%? I've been told that we have to work minimum 60% of the time in the office. It's like, well, 60%, that's all you're getting at me. I'm rearranging my days. So, yeah.
So back onto the Queen's death, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep on topic. So on the Monday, when it was I prefer to say public holiday, but the bank holiday.
Yeah.
What's open? Is everything just closed? Like, if you're like, oh, I forgot to buy milk and bread, I better run down the shop. It's like, oh, bugger me, the shops are closed because it's a holiday.
I don't actually know what was closed because I didn't leave the house. Not out of respect or anything. I just had shit to do.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Like, who wants to leave the house if they don't have to?
Exactly. So, yeah, but I know that a lot of places that should probably not have shut did shut, including food banks.
Yeah. It's like, come on, people. Awkward. This is not a pandemic anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, stay open.
Yeah. So that was a bit awkward. I mean, yeah. I know that certain people's work did have to keep going. I know that Myra Scott Scoop, she had to go into work on the Monday. But yeah, we got it off.
Well, our National Day of Mourning, MOURNING, not Morning. That was Thursday, and it's like it wasn't even a public holiday. It's like everything's still like Kez worked. I mean, she chose to work.
Yeah.
I think she had the option to have it off, but public holiday pay is good. So
That's what I was going to say. Is it one of those situations where like you're getting paid more? Because I'll be honest, if we got like double pay or something, I'd be like, yeah, cool. I'll work the Monday, time and a half.
No, none of that would tempt me. I would rather not work, and that's just in general, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, as a general rule, I would like to get to a point that I don't have to do an office job. That would be nice.
Oh, so you want to get into construction, hey? No, you don't.
No, I don't. I said that and thought, you know what? That's a good segue to say that I have commission for him.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Look, we're not past this dead queen yet.
Okay. Well,
I mean, mentally, I think we're past it.
Rolling back. What?
So Thursday was our national day of mourning for the dead queen. But tomorrow, Monday, is the day that West Australia celebrates the dead queen's birthday.
And that's still going ahead.
That is, oh yeah, of course it is. It's not like she was unborn. She only died. She didn't get unborn.
That's true.
But it's not even the date of the Queen's birth. It's just the date that WA has chosen to honour that.
Yeah, because I think in the UK, there's like two official, the Queen's birthday, ones which is her actual birthday, and one which is the official royal birthday, or I don't know why it works.
Is it like the birthday of all royals? Like every racehorse's birthday is on the same day. Like every royal's birthday is on the same day.
That might be it. I genuinely don't know.
Maybe it's a thing for Prince Andrew. So no, I'm not even going to go into that joke. Let's forget that. I'll cut that. Yeah, I'm not. No.
There's some really bad Prince Andrew jokes.
Yeah, I know. I know the joke that I wanted to make, and I didn't know how to get there from it, but I knew what I was implying.
Oh, I remember seeing a TikTok when Prince Philip died, and it was essentially like the hotline for the seating arrangements for the funeral. And there was I can't remember who phoned up, and it was like, oh yeah, can so-and-so, can you get moved? And it's like, oh, we can move you. Oh, see, the thing is, if we move you, so-and-so's going to be right in front of Andrew, and she's 12. You'll stay where you are. Thank you so much, love. You take care of your nan. And then the next phone call was like, hi, how can I help? It's like, yes, no, we've told you this before. I know he's a disgusting, dirty little pervert, but he is your dad, Beatrice, so you have to sit with him.
All right, we'll go back into it now. So, and now we'll go back to before the rewind. And you were about to say that you were segueing into something which the segue doesn't exist anymore. But I think it was to do with art talk.
Yes.
Theme here.
That should just be the theme. Theme here.
Yeah.
Theme here with jazz hands.
It's for everything. I did do the jazz hands. Oh, of course. I'm on camera. You can see.
That's why I had to verbalize it.
Yes. Theme here is what we'll say for every segment. Mm-hmm. And we'll just keep doing that until we get a theme for it.
Yeah.
Either we will make one, someone will make one. So art talk. The big news in the art talk world today is coming from your side of the world.
Yes,
which was a giant art theft from the Louvre.
I wish. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how awesome that would be for the publicity?
You know what? Maybe we should start looking into actual art news, so it's not just us talking about ourselves. It's like, yes, and in this art talk, this Rembrandt was sold for multiple $1 million.
Yeah, just keep an eye on, say, Tim Jennison. Are you putting any more Vermeers? That would be good art talk. Thanks.
Yeah, but no, it's specifically something that you've started doing.
Yes, I officially, as of last 2 weeks ago now when this drops, but last week when we're recording this, I went live for commissions. Essentially, I've always been live for commissions. I've always been open to commissions, but there's never been a really good way to let me know or ask me or anything without, DMing on Twitter or Instagram or emailing, whatever. So I officially set up a commission form. So, you stick your name in, and it was mostly because I don't know. I'm still a newbie to art. I don't know what you're meant to charge for it. I don't know what it's worth.
$2 million. Doesn't matter what it is.
If somebody would pay me $2 million, oh my God, I would paint. I would commit. I mean, we know I'm willing to commit art crimes. I would commit crimes against art and God.
I don't
for
even
much
know.
less than that, but still.
It doesn't even have to be art related for $2 million, frankly.
Yeah.
I don't know what I wouldn't do for $2 million, but it's probably not much.
I'd do anything for $2 million, but I won't do that. The lesser known version by Meatloaf. So yes, basically for it, all you do, you fill out the form, tell me what you want, tell me what you're looking for. I'll give you a rough estimate of, because I don't charge I charge per how long it takes me. And I am infamous for doing things very, very quickly, so it's not going to be a huge amount. But basically, you tell me what you're looking for. I give you a rough estimate of how it's going to be. Inevitably, it's probably going to take me less time than that. And, I give you a quote on that basis.
Frankly, if you want some quality Brogan Hastings artwork while it's still cheap, now is the time to act, because this is like fucking Ticketmaster shit now. This is a scalable price. It's only gonna go up with demand.
Yeah, but yes, I've already had 2 commissions actually, which is very 3 if you include Tito, because Tito got in there before there was an official commission form.
So Tito hasn't seen the commission form yet. I feel bad for Tito.
Tito
is
did
it
mention.
True? Is it true that your commission form was lacking a submit button?
Yes. Yeah. Somebody had to point it out on Twitter. Say, how do we actually submit this? I was like, oh shit. I deleted
So what
that.
have you got? Where, like, we'll talk about it later. I was just going to ask you about how you've set this up, because I'm not liking our email contact form. There might be a better way to do it.
Mm-hmm. So,
but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
But yes, there was no submit button. I had to edit that. And Chris pointed out to me the other day, there's a bit where, I've got name, email, and Twitter, Instagram handle. And he was like, yeah, when you go onto Twitter, Instagram handle, it wants an email again. I was like, shit, I have to fix that.
Oh, it's looking for an @ and a .com.
Yeah. So I've fixed that now. So there now is a submit button. There now is you can put your actual Twitter username handle in. There is a blurb that confirms at the top that this is just an estimate. There's no, you can ask how long it'll take, and if it's not in your budget, if it's not something you want to do, that's fine. There is absolutely no,
that's fine. Go and find another artist then.
There's no obligation.
I would like to announce my own commissions have opened at a cheaper price. That is not true at all.
No.
See, but with commissions, right? I mean, I've been asked to do commissions, and they always they come at the wrong time. One of my first, well, not first, but a recent one was in the middle of April. Someone messaged me on Imager and said, "Hey, do you do commissions? I'm looking for something like this." It's like, oh, I mean, I would love to do you a commission, but I'm about to be traveling to America for the next 3 months. So you won't get it for a long time. And like, oh, okay, bye. It's like, damn it. It's like, not willing to wait. I would have been willing to wait. And then got another, it's sitting there waiting, but I need my computer in a better working order before I can actually draw things properly.
You're still having technical issues.
I am having technical issues, yes. So, but look, if you want something cool, go to Brogan. If you want something that looks like something that I draw, like from my comics, then look, probably still better off going to Brogan.
I should probably say that the link to my commission form is it's a website redirect, and it's the same as my username, 7billionneedles.com. Number 7, the word billion, the word needles, or the words goodenoughforpen.com. And that is thanks to Tito, who on our discussions about his commission, he said, if it's good enough for pen, it's good enough for me. And I liked that a lot.
That is a good advertisement.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly. So there we go. Goes to those websites to get to my form if you want shit. I so far I am selling my artistic dignity to you.
At the low price of insert price here. And now it's time for an unscheduled advertisement. That's so stupid. It's like someone giving their own introduction as they're about to come out and do a comedy show or something like that.
Yeah, with the same
voice.
You
know him. You love him. Here he comes on the microphone for your listening pleasure. It's Wayne.
It's me.
Yeah.
Applaud me.
I mean, advertising yourself like that, it just feels dirty, doesn't it?
Selling yourself at all for any reason, be it dirty or not, just feels dirty.
I'm going to have a shower after this because we're about to pimp ourselves hard.
Oh, yeah. That sounds worse. That sounds so much worse.
It is only a little bit awkward, but no, it's good news. We sort of hinted at this last episode, but we now have a merch store because people actually want stuff from us. What the hell? What is wrong with you people?
We made a joke because somebody made a joke that they had our merchandise already, and we're like, well, fuck right. You, we're making that merchandise, and it is. You can now get merchandise.
But the joke that they made was that I've already got my own Hey Buddy Nice Podcast merchandise, and they just literally wrote Hey Buddy Nice Podcast on a sticky note, post-it note. I don't know what the brand was, and then just stuck it to a hat and I think a t-shirt.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So I said that we were legitimately going to make that into our first piece of merchandise, and Brogan beat me to it. Already got it up on the store before I could start drawing something. And that piece of merchandise is a yellow sticky note that says, Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Not even in correct theming for the show. Sure, the comma is there, but the exclamation point isn't after the word podcast, because that is exactly how it was written on the post-it note that was stuck to the hat and the shirt. The
only change is it now has a little cowboy hat.
That's right, because we needed some branding. I mean, come on. Yeah,
we try not to put too much website. I know that your friend doesn't like it, but we try not to put too much. We try to make it as general as possible.
Yeah. But that's not what I love the most. It's not just the shirt with the post-it note on it. My favorite is the shirt with a picture of a hat with the post-it note on it.
Yeah, that is a good one. We've got a picture of a cap with the same post-it note on it because TeePublic don't sell hats. So we had to improvise.
That's right, they don't. How dare they? But you can, there's that, and there's some other fine merchandise at nicepodbud.com/store. I'm just loading that up now so I can look at our other designs, because we got a few designs up there already.
Yeah.
See, now this, go on.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. You talk.
We have, if you've seen us in our nice Hey Buddy Nice Podcast hoodies, we have that design on store, which is just our official logo with the cowboy hat.
Yes,
and
it's just the
on.
official logo, isn't it?
Yep.
So you can be like us and have a fancy hoodie, but they don't have that same color green. Is that what ours is? It's green or grey? I don't know. I don't think they've got the exact same color, do they?
Ours is navy.
Navy.
Yeah.
Maybe I am colorblind. I'll never be an Air Force pilot.
The one that you see, the color that you see it on the store, that's the color that we've got.
That is the actual color.
That's the actual color. Because it came from TeePublic as well.
Yeah. And look, I would be remiss to not mention these shirts because I always talk about voting for our accent challenges. We've got some shirts. I vote for Brogan or I vote for Wayne.
Yeah.
And then it's got like not just words. There's little cartoons of us as well. But they're the cartoons of when we were looking sad. But I just edited them a little bit, in like digital magic. I just gave us little smiles instead.
I prefer that, yeah, because I noticed it last time. I was like, I love the idea, but we look sad.
Well, it was before we launched, and people were like liking the idea of the podcast, and we're like, wow, we've got a lot of people to disappoint.
That's true. I think they're very cute designs. I think, yeah.
Speaking of our hoodies, and there's also one of us just like, it's in my sort of comic style where we are wearing hoodies. They're not the nice, hey buddy, nice podcast hoodies. It's just hoodies, and we're in our cross-armed serious pose looking at you. And that's the one with actual advertising. It's even got our website on it, in a small font. Like, you can't really see it. I'm actually going to buy that on a mug. That's how much I like that. Not a shirt or anything, just a mug.
Yeah. And it's not just Hey Buddy Nice Podcast themed stuff on there. We also put up designs from our drawing streams, particularly one I'm incredibly proud of, which is 80s Pop, which is Pop the Magic Dragon from the 80s as Penn looked in the 80s in a Magic Dragon outfit. 4 different designs.
The guy with the hair.
And he's got
that little tuft of hair sticking out under his dragon spikes.
Dragon skin, yep.
Yeah.
With the dangly earring. Bring back the dangly earring, Penn, you fucking coward.
I never noticed if it's actually pierced ear or if it's a clip-on.
I don't know. Probably knowing Penn, it's a clip-on.
Yeah, I who knows?
Yeah.
We'll ask him next time we're at having coffee, of course.
But yes, there's 4 of them. We've got another couple lined up that we're not, probably will go on, but we're not 100% sure. We're going to check.
5 in the inactive. Oh, look at that one. Yeah, have we talked to anyone about these yet?
No,
because we're going to seek approval before we use them.
There's a couple that we feel like we should seek approval for because they're not. They are our designs, but they're not at the same time.
That's right.
They're parodies.
They're parodies.
Look,
2 of them we'll get away with no problem. The other one, I'll use my connections and I'll reach out, and because they would be really good. Look, all we need to do is send them some as well, I reckon.
Yeah.
That'll clear things.
I think it's very much a case of like Weird Al asking for permission. Weird Al can get away with doing parodies of whatever song he wants because it's parody. But he always asks permission first, and if someone says no, he doesn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the kind of morals I think we should have on this podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they're cute.
We post them now.
But they are designs I really, really like.
But yeah, check it out. Then it's not just t-shirts, it's whatever merch we've designed it for, and that the size of the image will fit on, I guess.
Yeah. And if you see something on our drawing streams or stuff that we just do in general, as long as it's not claimed by somebody else, as in, it's not a Hey Scoops design or anything else, then let us know. If it could be
considered our intellectual property, then we can look at making a nicer version, or, that straight up weird, poorly drawn gelatinous cube with a sword in its head. I can just put that straight on something for you. Holy shit, and TeePublic are having a sale right now. I say that unsurprisingly because every single day they're having a sale.
Yes.
It says there's only 16 hours left in this sale, but I guarantee you after that 16 hours, it'll say only 3 days left.
Yeah, we are recording this on Sunday, the 25th of September. So we are going to be launching this today.
Yes, literally
on
today.
Social medias. So when this launched, the sale was still on. By the time you hear this, there will probably be another sale on.
Look, since the last week when we've been putting designs up there, it said this sale. I'd be surprised if it ends. Hang on. Let me go to the TeePublic store. Everything up to 35% off. And it doesn't say for how long. So we're sorry if that ends. It's not our fault. But I'm sure there'll be another sale soon. Yeah. Or, look, buy it at full price. Why not? Like, indulge, splurge a little bit.
Treat yourself. Love yourself.
Be kind to someone else even, Buy them something.
Yeah. And all this...
we got to make a design about your mother just loving me. Or my Scottish accent, I should say.
Yvonne's favourite child.
Suck it, Mitchell.
I was never in the running, and I knew that.
We knew that. Yeah.
I think I definitely will.
To,
I definitely think I will look at putting a Yvonne approved.
Yeah. It's probably time to go bathe or something. Get this icky feeling off of us.
Yeah. Enough. Self promotion.
Yeah.
Back to the podcast.
Done. Yeah. Listen to the rest of this podcast, which we know is good because we're recording this after we've already finished the recording of the podcast.
Yes. So pause this podcast,
Actually,
go buy something at the store, then come back and listen to it. While the sale's still on.
All right. Now that you're back from buying something and you've unpaused it, we may have lied a bit. This isn't the greatest episode we've ever done. But, you already bought something. You got fooled.
You didn't actually, because the merchandise is very good, so you got a bargain.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And this episode, it ended up being okay. Let's just cut this part out. Let's just let's stop talking before we incriminate ourselves.
Back to the show.
So, aside from getting commissions off the ground, have you really drawn anything else this week?
I haven't really. I know that I spoke last episode about the King of Animal Traps P&T bit, my bi-weekly P&T bit, which you might have noticed never actually appeared.
Yes, this one is a tri-weekly day, you say?
Yeah, this I skipped. That was supposed to be Friday just passed. So by the time you're hearing this, it'll have been 2 weeks. There was a week skipped, and because I could not get it to work.
Mourning the Queen. Yes, you couldn't get it to work like my PC will not work.
Yeah, I did. It happens sometimes, and sometimes I can get it to work or get it to a place where I'm actually happy with it. But it was one of these ones that started off really well, and then I just could not get it to look right at all. Just something about it bothered me, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
Because you didn't like Teller's hand or something, I think you said.
I think it was all of it. I think the minute I got happy with one bit, I was like, right, okay, I don't like this. I didn't like the way I had Penn posed. I couldn't get his body to look right.
This just sounds like normal art stuff.
Yeah.
Just not being happy with it.
I'm not used to this. I'm used to churning out art like that,
Oh no. You're starting to get infected. This isn't good.
I think the big thing is most of my drawings work with Penn and Teller's heads looking a certain way. So I can use that template for just about anything. I never have to change that. But it looked weird when I used it. And it looked weird when I tried to change it. And I couldn't quite get it to... I was like, this doesn't look right. I wasn't ever happy with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the next stage of my art development, is working on getting that fit.
I mean, definitely I have abandoned projects where I just haven't been happy with how it looks. And it's really annoying when it's a comic and the joke is really good, but it just can't be... I cannot visually represent it to the degree that I'm happy with. Yeah. And then quite often it's also a timed joke as well, like current event or something like that, and it's no longer relevant, and it's like, oh well, it's gone now.
Yeah, missed the window.
Yeah. Maybe I can make this a tweet instead.
What about you? What's been happening in Wayne's World of Art?
Nothing really.
That was very
just
Scottish.
The usual. Did I say did I?
You did.
I didn't even notice. Now I'm becoming infected. Oh, it's just comics. We've got projects that I haven't been working on, computer issues, and iPad needs charging. So, but yeah, just comics that by the time this has come out, you still wouldn't have seen, because I've got such a fucking buffer of comics at the moment. And I'm just slow at posting them. That's all it is. And I'm coming up to number 400 of not so good at this. So that's where that's at. But today, I mean, look, comics, we're going into the not so good at this podcast, because it's a podcast within a podcast, and it's going to be starting with, look, we haven't played the Not So Good at This theme yet, but spoiler alert, it's going to start with comic number 397. That is how close to 400 we are. And let me tell you a little something. I've already drawn 401 as well.
Oof.
Yeah, right?
It's great having a buffer, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I loved...
At one point, I had like 8 comics just sitting there.
Not so good at this.
Today, we're looking at comic number 397, working title, Baby Fight. It's 3 panels long, and in the first panel, there's a guy, and he's saying, would you rather fight one giant baby with a knife or 15 regular-sized ninja babies? And in the second panel, his friend responds,
You need to be more concise with your question. Does the baby have the knife, or do I?
And then in the third panel, we're now to an outside shot of their house, and the friend is now saying,
Nah, forget it. I'm sick of your stupid hypotheticals anyway.
And over the hill in the background, we see a giant baby brandishing a knife. And this comic is special thanks to Leanne Kay, who has defeated every baby who has ever challenged them. That's the comic. And that's funny because that's my mother.
I was going to say...
Not so good at this.
Next, we're looking at Sad Pirate number 19, working title, Best Mate, and it's 3 panels long. In the first panel, Sad Pirate is saying, Yar, ye not just be me first mate, ye also be me best mate. And in the second panel, his first mate responds,
Yar, yeah, we're mates, but...
And then he continues,
But more like workmates.
That's the comic. And of course, Sad Pirate looks sad.
Aww.
Not so good at this.
And the last comic today is Sad Pirate number 20, working title, Prezi. It's 3 panels long, and in the first panel we see one of the crew members holding a brand new leather jacket and is saying,
Yar, hey Cap, me and the boys got you a little something.
And in the second panel, Sad Pirate is all excited and saying, Yar, I be needing a new jacket for a Kraken's age. And in the last panel, he's admiring his new jacket and himself in a mirror, but he cannot see what's on the back of the jacket, which says, One-eyed smelly butt. Yar, I look so freaking cool, he says. And this comic is special thanks to patron supporter Jesse M, who wears a biker jacket that says, If you can read this, then you are not... I had no idea what I was going to say.
You did that! You wrote it!
Because I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, this is a joke about the, if you can read this, then the bitch fell off. And I didn't know where I was going with it. And this comic is special thanks to patron supporter Jesse M, who wears a biker jacket that says, if you can read this, then you are not illiterate. That's the comic. And that's it for Art Talk. We've got no way of coming out of that, especially after another podcast has just rudely interrupted our very own podcast. But speaking of being back into our podcast, a little while ago, like at the start of the episode, we were talking about how there is an age difference between us.
Yes.
And I wrote this down and it makes me feel bad because it, as it was, this Facebook memory is 9 years old. Mm-hmm. And I was in my 20s 9 years ago, was I? Yes, I was. And it said, this is the Facebook post. Was getting fuel. Thought to myself, that older guy looks familiar. I go to leave and turn back to read his name tag. Matthew, ... Oh crap, I went to school with that guy. Now I feel old. So I can only assume that Matthew is dead now, based on how old he looked.
Just like reverse Benjamin Button, or no, Jack. Like the film Jack.
Yes, Robin Williams.
Yes.
Yeah. Not the same, not Jack Whitehall.
No.
And his father.
No.
Can I just say, I did like that in the Twitter post for the last episode with the title card. I mentioned something like 2 Grahams are mentioned, then in brackets, not related.
Yeah.
That was my favourite part of that.
I did have to read that. I was like, but Graham is related to me.
Oh yeah, your Uncle Graham is related, but the 2 Grahams are not related to each other.
Yes.
That's all. And look, it was perfect to talk about the Graham that I used to work with because, and we had all the Highlander talk last episode, and he would always say there can be only one. referring to himself as being the best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I didn't even think of that at the time. That's going to get cut out, I reckon. Oh, Brogan, I hear that some of your exciting updates I already know, and I'm heartbroken and crushed by one of them.
Yeah.
But you've had some exciting updates in your life this past week, haven't you?
I have, which I am updating because I have spoken before on the podcast. We know that I'm not the best functioning adult in the world and don't like to make any kind of appointment.
Does this go back to like episode 1, or is it? I don't know.
Certainly
Early.
well back, certainly early.
Gosh, like way back in our back catalogue. It's like so long ago. I tell you what, though, just one moment. I was looking at the date the other day, and I saw it was like the 21st. I'm like, oh my God, it's coming up to the 29th already. We're almost coming up to our 1 month anniversary.
Nope.
Yeah, I know, right? Already 2 months of Hey Buddy Nice podcast. Why aren't we celebrating?
Yeah, that's right. Because you said our 1 month anniversary, and I was like, it's not 1 month, it's 2.
No, it's 2. But I feel like we should be at the stage where it's like early on in a relationship where every minor milestone is celebrated until like 1 year.
Mm-hmm. And then we just get lazy and forget.
So people should be celebrating us, really, saying congratulations on episode 12, 2 months in. My God, you guys like the best. But anyway, go on about how you are a poor functioning adult.
I am a poorly functioning adult. Just full stop. Full stop. No, I don't like to make appointments. I'm very bad at them. I know I should do them. I know I need to do them, but I don't. I don't like to. I don't like to pick up the phone. And even the ones that are online, I just don't do it. I don't like it.
Online appointments are bullshit. I'm just saying it because they're never guaranteed.
Yeah. So, as we know, I was supposed to have a dentist appointment yonks ago. I don't know when I was supposed to have it, but I'm well past due.
Like 2 months ago, before this podcast even started.
Yeah, I was overdue 2 months ago, so God knows what I am now. But I now have a dentist appointment booked. Claps for Brogan. And I think the absolute funniest thing about this is I'm realising now I never told my mum this.
Oh, so you haven't even got the dopamine rush of her congratulating you.
I think it would be funnier if this is how she found out.
Yeah, this is how.
Sorry,
Mum.
Mum.
Just hear a squee one day from like the room that she's working in, and it's like,
yeah, sorry,
I know
Mum.
what that's about. That's about Wayne doing another amazing Scottish accent.
I keep getting told off for my poor Scottish accents because I'm not Ouija enough.
Yeah, okay. I always confuse Ouija with Luigi.
Ouija is a Glaswegian, so I'm not
yes.
I'm not Neddy enough for this.
We're not talking Luigi from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show cartoon, where it's like, that's Mama Luigi to you, Mario, and stuff like that. That's the only quote that I can think of right now.
I always imagine, we're getting off topic, but I feel I need to mention this. I always imagine, like, there's a video of Limmy, because Limmy's a Scottish comedian, very funny guy. But there's a video he does with this. He had like a sketch show and stuff, but it's he's doing two characters, and one of them is like, "Aye, all right there, man," and he's got like this Scottish accent, and Limmy's like, "Fucking accent, man! Take your fucking accent and get fucked." That's what I always makes me think of.
I do not know this. Lemmy or Limmy?
Limmy. You don't know Limmy?
L-E-M-M-Y?
L-I-M-M-Y.
Okay, no, it doesn't ring any bells.
Oh my God. I'll
no
have to send you
fairies
some
are
stuff
getting their
because
wings.
honestly, there's one thing that I think that's really funny for us. But yeah, I'll send you it later. Anyway.
Probably seen something before. But
You would probably recognise him if you've seen it. So yes, so that's life update.
If I have seen him, I probably would recognise him. That's how my recognition function in my brain works.
Doesn't work with everybody.
Yes.
I don't think Penn Jillette would recognise me if he met me.
No.
So that's life update 1. I have a dentist appointment. Life update 2. my car's booked in for a service.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was it due?
It's very close to the mark. I'm cutting it incredibly close.
Can we talk about your car going in for a service like it's a pregnancy? So, when's it due?
Oh no, that just creeps me out. Oh.
Yeah, the look on your face is fear and disgust at the same time.
Yeah, just no. Don't like the thought. Don't want it. Don't ever involve me in it. No, my car is due to be serviced on the 1st of October, so Saturday after this episode drops.
That's all right. That's well within the time frame of getting it serviced.
I mean, I've left it late, so I'm like in the last couple of days. I think it's like maybe on the second last day before it's actually like over the limit.
See, I do not recall the last time my car was serviced.
This is the first time for this car because I've only had this car for a year.
Did you get this car brand new or second hand?
Brand new.
Oh, see, so you're in the get it serviced for the warranty's sake period still.
Yeah. I'm still
Where
I'm
your
still well
logbook
under
needs
the
filling in.
Yeah. I'm still well under the mile limit because I think you have to get it serviced every 10,000 miles or every 1 year.
Yeah. 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay, not 6 months.
No, thankfully.
Well, that's all right then.
But yeah, I think I've only done like 5,000 miles, if that.
Right. So in your journey to become a functioning adult human being,
Yep.
1, you've made a dentist appointment.
Yes.
2, you have got your car booked in for a service. And 3, you have broken my heart.
I think it's you who slipped up on this because I've had a haircut and you haven't. And my hair even got cut late. So who's behind on that?
Well, yes.
Mr. Joe Benazzi.
No, it's Mr. Venazzi.
Mr.
First
Venazzi.
name Joe. Yes. Look, basically, you got a haircut, I didn't. And our synchronicity is gone.
Yeah. I was in need of a haircut though.
That's the joke. That is the joke. This is like if your periods ever lied.
That needs to stay in.
I know. Oh, yeah, she was doing that because she didn't want it to pick up her voice. But I'm like, that's the joke.
Yeah, so you fell down. You fell down on that stage.
Yes.
So you
I
can...
mean, I still regularly check on the app for where I get my hair cut for the person who I like, the way they cut my hair. They've just been removed from it. So I don't know what to do anymore.
Haircut for haircut crimes.
What? Sorry, they were removed for haircut crimes, or
Yeah. They've gone to barber jail for haircut crimes.
they had a baby. Maybe they're just still on extended maternity leave.
Fair enough. Right. So we'll say that I do have my next appointment booked because I have to do it at the time because it's one of the safeguards I put in place to make sure that I remain a functioning adult. Because otherwise I won't do it. So I'll let you know when my next one's booked for, and you just wait until
I'm
that
not
one.
waiting another month. It's long enough where I can. It's not too long. I can still leave the house without wearing a hat. So it just becomes a problem when I'm at work and I take off my hard hat and my hair is just a mess. It gets to the point where I have to walk around carrying a hat in my pocket for when I take off my hard hat and go and get a coffee or something like that.
I think
That's when I need a haircut.
I think you should keep it growing because at the front it's not quite there yet, but it is starting to develop into 80s pen, fluffy.
Look, when the time comes, it will be grown like that. Because I don't want to have to buy a little fluffy wig.
Do you know what? I think that was I don't think that was Pen's real hair. I'm going to say it.
It was Pen's real hair. Come on.
I don't think it was. And the reason I say that is because he's got it on Penn and Teller Get Killed.
I know.
Half the time, and half the time he doesn't.
That's because the way when you were filming a movie, you work out what scenes you need to shoot and when and what hairstyles. And look, it's a movie. They knew what they were doing.
I have an image in my head where it's on the wig stand. There is a wig stand in there.
That might just be a joke because is this when they're in the apartment in the black and white scene you're talking about?
Just before that.
Because Penn has a shaved head in that. Basically,
he's got his hair cut really. He's not got a shaved head, but he's got his hair cut really short. But
it looks like it could have been done with a buzzer, is what I mean, not clippers.
Yeah,
with clippers, not scissors.
No, it's just before that, in that section where they're in the dressing room, and Penn's like shouting at Taylor, like, "This is not funny, man. You know, you better have paid somebody to do this," and somebody's shooting at them, and then Penn's suddenly like, "You, this isn't you, is it?" And Taylor's like, "No, it's not me." There is a wig stand. There's a head thing next to Taylor,
but I think that is the joke because it's always the guy with the hair.
Yeah.
And it's the guy with the hair, and that's the short one that doesn't talk. Mm-hmm. That's the two jokes, is that Teller isn't short, and he is the guy with the hair.
Teller's really not short. I've seen a picture of him standing next to Gilbert, or Gilbert standing between Penn and Teller, and I was like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
You know,
not to rub it in or anything, but when I was stood next to Teller, we were about the same height.
I think Taylor's maybe well, you're taller than me, and Taylor's a couple inches taller than me. But it's in my head, he's just short. He's just little, just tiny, just perfect pocket size.
Just next to a tall person. That's all. Oh, that's just given me a brilliant idea for that. You know, that unscheduled advertisement that was just on just now, or a bit before. Something we need to add to our shop is a pocket Teller shirt, a t-shirt. You know those shirts with the pockets drawn on with a little Teller sticking out? Yep.
I want that.
Yep. Look for that soon at nightspodbud.com/store, or just go to our website and click on the little store icon up the top, which is right next to our contact button, which a listener has done. They've clicked on that contact form and they've sent us an email.
Ooh.
I have to open the email. Oh, here it is. And the person who sent us this email is Creamer Adam, or here we go, Adam Ribzik. Write in. Let us know how to say your name. Ribzik. Creamer Adam writes. Oh wait, hang on, I forgot. Insert theme music here for. Oh, what's it called again? Cheese mailbag. That's what it is, isn't it?
Cheese bag mail.
Cheese bag mail. Cheese mailbag.
Cheese mailbag, yeah.
Yeah, cheese bag mail. I think cheese bag mail, yeah, because I don't know which is better. It's going to change. Today it is cheese bag mail. What?
Cheese mail.
Cheese mail bag. Yeah. Adam writes, "Hey buddies, I have a great idea for a future episode. You could take turns reading pages from a phone book." This is starting to sound like a dig. The episode title would, of course, be, "Hey buddy, nice phone book." As an American, I would listen to this for 90 minutes or an hour and a half in the Imperial system and just enjoy your accents. Granted, it might be hard to find an actual phone book, and Wayne might have to explain what a phone book is to Brogan, but that's all part of the fun. What do you think? Stay fresh. Adam Rubizik, aka Creamer Adam, aka don't say scoop name. We're not on ICS, so we will say scoop name of Creamer Adam.
That was definitely a dig at you being older than me.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware of that.
If it makes you feel better, I do know what a phone book is. I don't think I've ever used a phone book how it's supposed to be used.
No, I've used a phone book, not the way it's meant to be used. So you remember how, for fun, me and my brothers would scream at people from the car as we go past them? I brought that up a couple of episodes back, I think. Another thing was my older brother, John, he would pick a name out of the phone book and say, no, maybe I'm confusing it. I don't think it actually happened. I think we're just saying, oh, we should prank call these people, but we didn't do it. I don't think. But like, he would turn to a random page and be like, this person's name is Godbehir. We should call them and say, is God really there? And things like that. That's the only use of a phone book. Oh, wait, that's not true. Oh, I don't want to tell this story because I want to wait for Shannon to be on the podcast, but I will. The only other time I've used a phone book is it was a New Year's Eve and Shannon was over my place because he used to come over every New Year's Eve, and we hadn't brought in the phone books yet. Right, the yellow pages, the big ones, so the business advertisement ones, comes in 2 volumes, A to K, L to Z, right? And me, of course, we had been drinking, but in my infinite wisdom, see them sitting there after we'd just been outside for, I don't know, we lit sparklers or something because it turned midnight, and I was like, oh, let's have a phone book fight. I'm A to K, and Shannon's like, good, L to Z is bigger. And I'm like, I've just realized my mistake. And as he's picking up his volume of the phone book, wisely I said, not the head, not the head. They're the only 2 times I've really used a phone book.
That makes me... quite a lot of things make me think of videos I've seen on the internet, but all I'm picturing is...
Of stupid people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it looked like some kind of competition where folk were slapping each other, right? But it was like, it looked professional, you know, they were at the table and it was like one hand, and the guy waxes, wee skinny guy whacks his opponent, barely moves, and then the guy just bang, falls into the crowd. That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah. Look, we haven't been that bad, but we've done some stupid shit. We'll save that for when Shannon joins us for an episode.
Yeah.
One day when my computer is working. What's that? No, Brogan has not spoken to Shannon.
I've heard Shannon's voice.
Brogan does know what Shannon sounds like, though. That is not an exaggeration.
No, I
at
know.
all.
Because you put up your old video.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for that, Adam. Memories of being beat up with a phone book. I'm just glad that it wasn't during my childhood. My terrible, terrible childhood.
But honestly, if people do want to listen to us read whatever the current equivalent of the phone book is, I mean, let us know, because that would save a lot of time in production meetings.
Well, you know what? There was a bit that used to be done on a show called Rove Live, or I think it was just called Rove at the time, where it was like a comedy variety late night show basically. And one of the hosts, he was Irish and his name was Dave, and people liked making him say words, and it was things that sound better when spoken by Dave Callan. So I want to steal that bit and do things that sound cool. Things that sound cool when Brogan says it.
Definitely
Are
not
you down for that?
I'm up for that.
No. Okay, yeah. It's not stealing. It is borrowing. It is homaging.
It is. I am quoting
fromaging.
this, but not. That sounds very English essay.
Yeah. It's when you just copy it off Wikipedia and just change the order of the words.
Yeah.
Notice I didn't say the Encyclopedia Britannica. All right, so I've gathered some words and or just random shit that I thought of in my head, which I think when I say it sounds kind of average, but maybe in the Scottish tones of Brogan Hastings might sound a little more interesting. Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I thought, yeah. There was a lot of silence there from the studio audience as well.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to keep going or...
I had nowhere else to go. I was hoping you were going to jump in. But anyway, I've got a list. This is a list of 5 things that I've said that Brogan should say. This will hopefully give you, dear listener, a bit of an idea of some things that you would like to hear Brogan say. So write in, and I don't know. I think it's better as a Brogan bit. I mean, you can try to make me say some things, but I think this is a Brogan bit. So we're going to play some music over the top of this. I don't know what yet, and I don't know what attitude you're going to take in these readings. I'm going to leave that up to you, and that will dictate what music I choose.
Right. Okay. So I can see the list now. Am I just reading them?
Yeah, you can see the list. I've
Dave
highlighted
did.
it.
Taking my lead from Dave.
You can take it from. You can use that as what's the word?
Inspiration?
encouragement, inspiration. Yes, that word should have been on the list. Inspiration.
Okay. I'll start off with that.
Okay.
Inspiration. Roasting. Haberdashery. I fucking love that. Mercenary of fate. My mince has gone cold.
And that is 5 things that sound cool when Brogan says it.
I do say, I am now very, very aware of the fact that I say I fucking love that a lot. And now I don't feel I can say I love that because you're like, but you don't fucking love it. That's
Yeah.
in the bin.
Yeah, if you don't fucking love it, then it's just like, it's fine, I guess.
Can't, that's, so if I don't fucking love it, I have to just say I like it, not I love it.
Okay, so yeah, send us some lists. Let's keep it to 5 words / short phrases along those lines, and we will credit you. And if they get used, and we'll say your name. But you can do that by what's the word? Email. That is it. You can do that by emailing us admin@nicepodbud.com, or I've already said on the top of the website nicepodbud.com there's a contact form. Do as Adam did and send us an email. But I guess that is I think it must be time for an accent challenge. We're getting towards the end of the episode, but before we do go into the actual accent challenge, it would be wrong of us not to talk about how the accent challenge from last episode is currently going.
Yes. Yeah, it's not currently going in my favour, but I did expect that.
What do you mean it's not going in your favour? It's 50-50. It's split down the fucking middle. It could turn like that, any which way.
Yeah.
And it's not a small amount of votes either. This is a large amount of votes for day 2. There's 3 days left in this, and it can go. I haven't voted yet. Have you?
I don't think so. I genuinely don't. I'm looking. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone right now so I can see what the current status is.
It's 50-50.
Is it still sitting at 50-50?
It is still sitting at 50-50. Yeah. Do you want me to share my screen again so you can see it?
Yeah, I'm getting distracted by notifications on it.
Yeah. See, look. This is There Can Be Only One. Who did it better in this Highlander-themed accent challenge? And
I think
it's one of us will live forever.
I'm very appreciative of the 5 people who voted for me. Considering
Yes.
I know that my internet big brother, Justin, did not.
Well, yes. Justin, a.k.a. Froyog Softserve, said, Brogan, I'm your bro. You did a lovely job. I have to award this to Wayne this time around.
And I've
His
just noticed
Scotsman
there's a
was
downvote
well executed.
button.
Did you just hit the downvote button?
No, I'm looking at your screen and seeing that there's a downvote button.
Highlighting it, yes.
And he obviously put that up before he reached the end of the episode and noticed that I said I would cry.
Yes, that's right. But I can't. But Justin, I don't know if it was a play on words when you said Scotsman was well executed. Because beheadings in Highlander and all that. If it was, well played. If it wasn't, well, you missed a golden opportunity.
But I think this is where I'm glad that my mum doesn't have Twitter, because anytime that there's a Scottish accent that I'm against you, my mum would vote for you, because
Oh yes.
I can't believe that my mum thinks my Scottish accent's crap. And I don't know if it's because she's Scottish as well, so I'm like...
See, the thing is, though...
Am I too posh for this?
Look, you don't sound as Scottish as some Scottish people I know. But some Scottish people I know now sound less Scottish after now that I speak to you a lot. Mm-hmm. So there was this guy... It was a terrible sentence, I'm aware. There's this guy I work with... can't remember his name. That's just me. But he's Scottish, and I understood every single fucking thing he said 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And it was insane.
Did you not used to be able to understand him?
Not everything, no. It's not like he was saying weird stuff. It was just the accent. That was all.
Yeah.
Just got in the way a bit.
And now you're used to
But you say your mum every time, though. You're glad she's not on Twitter because she would vote for me every time there's a Scottish accent. There's going to be a Scottish accent majority of times because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We take something that exists, and if it isn't already in a Scottish accent, we add that to it. Just like if it's something that exists that doesn't have an Aussie accent, we're adding an Aussie accent to it.
I think my example was taking into positive wave to Kes. I was thinking our accent challenge before that, where we were basing it on American accents.
Yes, that one that we did, which that was our fault. That's we were not playing to our strengths, I think.
Yeah. Although, because I was really nervous about that because I am the current, Scoop American accent challenge champion.
Yeah, that's right.
So it would have been really embarrassing if I'd lost that, but I did not. So I'm validated. I can rest easy for the time being. Yes,
your head will sleep soundly tonight until next Scoop Fest potentially.
Yeah.
When the new flavor of the month is getting everyone's attention. Think about it. We don't even know who that is yet.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun to think about.
But we're digressing. We're trying to avoid the accent challenge, which possibly both of us don't want to do in fear of having to do accents.
This is a bit we brought on ourselves, and every time we try to put it off as long as possible.
But this time, this is the first time that we've gone for something that is Aussie. Mm-hmm. This is naturally Australian. So we haven't gone for something that's naturally Scottish or naturally American. We're going for Aussie. And this is from the movie, the Aussie classic, The Castle, starring Michael Caton and Stephen Curry, for those playing at home.
Steph Curry? The basketball player for the Warriors?
No. Stephen Curry.
Oh.
Kez is just making a little bit of noise. So basically, the movie The Castle is about guy and his family. They're in their house that they love. They live in it. It's theirs. But there's big land development or something, right? And they're coming in and they're trying to make them sell, trying to force them to sell. And it's like, no, man's home is his castle. And that's the time that line is spoken. People would applaud at movie night.
Yeah.
Actually, they wouldn't, because that wasn't exactly the name of the movie. Anyway, this is very early in the movie. It comes in at around 6 minutes 15 for those playing at home again. But we will play the audio clip for you right now, in fact.
Pity my oldest brother couldn't be there. His name's Wayne. He's in jail. 8 years for armed robbery. Many people would call him the black sheep of the family. But not Mum and Dad. He got caught up with the wrong crowd. He didn't mean to rob the petrol station. Now he's sorry.
And what I love about that scene, right, is Dale's brother in jail, his name is Wayne, and obviously I'm Wayne, and we're about to do this challenge. But in real life, the actor who plays Wayne, his name is Wayne. That's just like multiple levels there.
Wayneception.
Yeah. No, Wayne Hope. His last name is Hope, not Ception. So I guess it's my turn to go first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being that it's Aussie. So natural accents and then we change. That's how we play this game. We're pretty familiar now, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Before we go, do you want to screen share so I can see the quote?
That could be a good idea.
That might be a good idea.
All right, I'll bring it up. Usually I send you a link. Okay, so you can see that all right?
Yep.
Cool. So I'm going to go for it. I don't know what music to put behind this yet.
Didgeridoo.
I said it was going to be like didgeridoos or some shit, didn't I? Okay. Technically, the movie is called The Castle, and there are castles in Scotland.
There are. Apparently, by way back, the Hastings used to own castles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, in the title card for episode 11, I photoshopped that castle into those Highlandish hills.
Just a model.
No, it is another Scottish castle that is somewhere else.
That was me doing a Monty Python quote, which only I got.
Oh, okay. Yes, only you got it. Oh, we didn't speak about Monty Python, but it could be spoilers for other people, so we won't bring that up anyway.
Next week, I will go on my equivalent of your Highlander rant, but Monty Python.
Yes.
We're giving the folks a break this week.
Yep. We can't delay it any further, can we?
No.
So we have to go. Okay. I have to think of my own accent. Here we go. Kez is making noise.
Excuses, Mr. Vanazi.
Is it? She's going through makeup. No, nail polish. Okay. So just for reference, because I didn't play this in the clip, but the reason he's starting off, Dale is saying, pity my oldest brother couldn't be there, is because his brother couldn't be at his sister's wedding. That's what it is. Here we go. Pity my oldest brother couldn't be there. His name's Wayne. He's in jail. 8 years for armed robbery. Many people would call him the black sheep of the family, but not Mum and Dad. He got caught up with the wrong crowd. He didn't mean to rob the petrol station. Now he's sorry. Oh man, I fucked that up at the end. I'm not happy with that. Not with the now is sorry part.
You can do
Should
another
be more
take
like-
if you want.
No, you get one shot, and that's it.
One shot unless you really fuck up.
Now is sorry. Now is sorry. Oh man. Okay, that could be my undoing.
Right. Time for it
So
in
we're going
Scottish.
Scottish? Yeah, cool.
I'm really trying to channel as much Scottish as I can. I don't know how well that'll work.
I mean, I'd give you some tips, but it's natural, baby. It's
Pity my oldest brother couldn't be there. His name's Wayne. He's in jail. 8 years for armed robbery. Many people would call him the black sheep of the family, but not Mum and Dad. He got caught up in the wrong crowd. He didn't mean to rob the petrol station. Now he's sorry.
yeah, you laid that on thick.
I really tried to lay that
Yeah.
on thick. I'm
You went for it.
constantly seeking my mother's approval.
Yeah. So am I without even knowing it.
I feel like in our shot there should be an Yvonne approved.
Yeah. But to be fair,
To be fair.
I did try to lay on the Aussie a little bit heavier, or at least the way that Stephen Curry, not the basketballer, says it in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have to change accents. I really wonder if we should add a sound effect there.
No, because then
No.
we would actually have to like talk in each other's accent from that sound effect.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've got some production meeting shit to talk about after this as well. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have to do this in a Scottish accent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can do it thicker than the one that you just did. Alright. Ooh, I'm trying to think if I can be a bit sneaky in this to try and cheat a little bit. You know how like when we were reading the Not So Good at This comics and there were no yars in there and we added the yars?
Yeah.
I'm thinking something along those lines.
I know exactly what you're thinking. Just adding
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about changing some words, but no, I won't. Whatever comes out, comes out. Okay, here we go. So well-known fuck son of Jim. Every time.
I love that you still do that to just get yourself in the mood.
It's a well-known fact, Sonny Jim. Pity my oldest brother couldn't be there. His name's Wayne. He's in jail. 8 years for armed robbery. Many people would call him the black sheep of the family, but not Mum and Dad. He got caught up in the wrong crowd. He didn't mean to rob the petrol station. Now he's sorry.
Good. Very good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy with it, but
I think the key thing with
them's
the
the
Scottish accent.
dice.
Yeah. I think the key thing with the Scottish accent is rolling your R's.
Yes, which is sometimes hard to do in certain words for someone who does not roll their R's.
Yeah.
Or, being an Aussie, pronounce most of the R's.
Yeah. Right. Now for the Aussie version.
Shrimp on the barbie, shrimp on the barbie.
Shayla.
Sheila.
I'm close to water. See, because like your Scottish accent is an impression of Mike Myers, my Australian accent is an impression of Eric Idle.
Yeah. But I think you might get an early word to change would be my. Don't say pity my. Oh, well, you could. You could say me. Pity me oldest brother. It's up to you. But the actual quote is my. And
Yeah,
it's
I think
in an
you
Australian
said
accent.
my.
Yeah, just so. I'm not sure if you were saying cut that out or if you need scissors. I think you need scissors.
Pity my oldest brother. Pity my oldest brother.
I'm purposely running with scissors. Alright.
Right. Okay. Pity my oldest brother couldn't be there. His name's Wayne. He's in jail. 8 years for armed robbery. Many people called him the black sheep of the family, but no Mum and Dad. He got caught up with the wrong crowd. He didn't mean to rob the petrol station. Now he's sorry.
Yeah, I think
Not my
I think
strongest
we
Australian.
yeah, I think we both did as well as each other with the changed accents
Yeah.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So it may come down to, look, we're not telling you how to vote. That's
No.
not what we do.
You use your own criteria. There are 2 examples. You pick your favourite of either of them.
That's right. You could think that Brogan laid on an amazing, thick Scottish accent this time, or you know, Wayne, he had the right inflection, used the same inflection that Stephen Curry did as the role of Dale Kerrigan. You do you. But that, yeah, you can vote on Twitter as always. Microphone abuse. You can vote on Twitter as always at NicePodBud. You can also talk to us on Twitter, interact with us, comment. You can say why you did vote for me, I guess, or why you voted for Brogan, or
correct
why
choice.
you didn't vote for Brogan. Just we try to post stuff regularly on Twitter. There's stuff that we always talk about, which we'll post references to, like images of like that pig walking down the street with a flower in its hair.
Mm-hmm.
If
Very
you want to see
handsome
some of the
pig.
stuff we talk about, yeah, I think it was I wouldn't say handsome.
Girls can be
Maybe,
handsome.
I was going to go for dashing, but
Ooh.
whatever. Yep. But yeah, if you just want to have casual interactions with us, look, Twitter is a great place for that. Instagram, even on Tumblr, we're at NicePodBud. But if you want to be more serious and want us to read something like Adam did today, or if you want Brogan to say some words, or if you've got an accent challenge for us, go to the website or just email us at admin@nicepodbud.com. And yeah, we'll take on your suggestions. Otherwise, you can talk to Brogan casually. You know, no seriousness here. It's just at 7 billion needles.
Yes, and if you want to talk to Wayne for any reason at all, it's at Wayne Geo.
That's right. But other than that, we appreciate you listening. Thanks for stopping by.
And as always, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Yeah, some of that might get cut.
Yeah. I like ending it with like back to the podcast or back to the show.
Yeah. I like the idea of, all right, now that you've unpaused it again and you've already bought something, the rest of this show is shit.
It reminds me of Paul doing one of their advertisers where it was Paul beating a dead horse, and he'd done the introduction as Mike Tyson, and it was
Oh yeah.
go get a pigeon. It's audio. I can wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you listen to the rest of this. I'm assuming you got it.
See, that was when I've been thinking about writing for the Fool Us bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like, you're going to need 3 things. 1, a deck of cards. 2, a device capable of accessing the internet, specifically YouTube, because that's how Penn says YouTube. And 3rd, you're going to need a friend. And then I can't decide if it's funnier to say, if you don't have a friend, go out and make one now. Or if you don't have a friend, then why are you even watching this? There's no point, because you're never going to get ahead in life and you're not going to be able to use this trick on anybody.
No, I've got it. If you don't have a friend, store-bought is fine.
Oh, yeah. If you don't have a friend, store-bought is fine. If you don't have a fresh friend at home, store-bought is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to hit stop on the recording because I don't